Hello, my name is Steve Burks, and I'm a Sage 100 consultant with DWD Technology Group. Today I'm going to be discussing an utility in inventory management called Delete and Change Items. This utility will allow the user to delete item numbers if all conditions are met, which is a very high number of conditions and barely used. But the more used part of this utility is the change items section of it. This section will allow a user to change an item number from one item number to a brand new item number. It will also allow the user to merge an item number into an existing item number, or range of item numbers into an existing item number, or merge item numbers into a brand new item number. So let's get started. I'm just using standard Sage 100 ABC test data for this demonstration. Prefaces to as well is that in order to run this utility, all your transactional data in your other modules must be updated, such as accounts or sales order, purchase order, inventory transactions, things like that. Anything using inventory needs to be updated in the other modules before running this utility in inventory management. So to get to this utility, we go to inventory management, and then under the utilities menu, it's the first option there. It's the delete and change items. Like I said, when you click it, it will test if everything is updated. It'll get to this point. If you have, like lot serial, different other things that'll warn you, it'll just say warning, like warranty checking as well. It'll, like, this is warranty. If you want to continue, you just click OK, and it'll bring you to the utilities screen. As you can see, there's two options on this screen. One is the delete tab, and then number two is the change tab. The delete tab, like I said, is something that is very rarely used, especially anymore. There are so many conditions that must be met to delete an inventory item from Sage 100 that is almost virtually impossible. So Sage has added a lot of different options to item maintenance, where you can do setups and things like that, change options on the individual item that will not print it on reports and such, so that your reports are shorter for items and not showing items that you don't no longer use. Stating that, let's go to the change tab. So on the change tab, it looks very similar to the delete tab. I'm going to expand this out so we can see everything. What you have is a starting item code, an ending item code, and then a new item code number. So for, like I said, in the first example, let's say we want to just change an item number from one item number to another item number. So let's take this first item. Like I said, I'm just using standard ABC test data. So I want to change this 1001-HAN-H252 to be, and I'm just copying and pasting for speed, to be H500. Okay. Then let's merge a couple items into one brand new item number. So for example, if we take these 2481, 80, and 81, so I select those, and in this merge, the starting and ending, remember, it's going to take everything in between, not just the two. So in my case, I only have these two together. There's nothing in between here. If there is items in between, it will also merge that item in between. So you must be careful about that. So you want to make sure your items, if you're going to merge them, are sequential. So we're going to put them into a brand new item number. So I'm just going to call it 2481 is all we're going to put it into. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. -5-100. Okay. All right. So what this is going to do is it's going to merge these two item numbers into a brand new item number. Now in my third and final case, what I want to do is I want to merge several items into an existing item. So I want to take the 8971, so that's going to be my starting, and I want to go through 8973, but you see there's 8971, 8972, and 8973. So when I click 8973, what it's going to do is merge 71, 72, 73, and I want to put them all into 8973. Okay, and I can select that as well here from the existing items. So I could have done this. So that's my 3 examples of how we would do an item merge. Now, if you want to save this list, you can save it, exit the program, come back at a later time, and the list will still be there. You say, oops, I made a mistake, and I don't want these items. I want to start all over. You can use this clear button, and that will clear the items. Also, another preface when you're running this, everybody else must be out of the system to do this. You can't have anybody in with anything else open or it will not work. So let's say we've met all our conditions. So let's go ahead and what we do is we click on the proceed button to accommodate these changes or to execute these changes. So I'm going to click on the proceed. It's going to come up and says delete and change items listing must be printed before you can proceed. Do you want to print the listing now? In my case, with my privileges, you want to say yes on any case, but in my case, I'm going to preview it for our demonstration purposes. Sometimes, depending on your user rights and things, you may have to print the report physically to paper. But let's see what we get here. We print the report, and the cursor report comes up, and this is what we see. So here's line 1. We have the 1001 Han H252 as our starting and ending item. And we're going to rename it to the Han H500. So that's just going to be a straight rename, and it shows that right here. Here's your action. And then line 2, this is what we entered. These 2 numbers to merge into this guy. So it shows you the process it's going to go through. It's going to rename them, and then it's going to rename the 850. So that's 24850 to the 24100, 5100, and then it's going to merge those 2 together. Okay, and finally, the third instance is we're going to merge the 8971 and 973 all into 8973. So that shows us here 8971 is going to merge into 8973, and 8972 is going to merge into 8973 as well. All right, so you print your report, and I'm going to just close mine here. It says, do you want to delete and change items now? It says to delete, but we don't have nothing in the tab 1 delete, so it's not going to delete any items. You can say no, and it'll exit out, and you can review your data again and go back and start from the proceed section again, or make changes as necessary. In my case, we're going to press the yes, click on the yes button. Goes through all its changes. It's running through all the files that's out there that has to be changed to pick up all the item numbers and merge and renumber and that kind of thing. So now it's going to ask me if I want to print the log again. And this just verifies it's a log that shows you exactly what happens. Sometimes, an item may fail because of some reason, this or that. So we'll go ahead and preview this again. In my case, it's going to work because I'm in test data and it's very simple data. And I did very simple actions. So again, we have line 1, this is our entry, and this is the action, it renamed it. Line 2, renamed and merged. Line 3, renamed or remerged, and then we merged. Basically the same report that we had at the beginning. So when I go ahead and click on the close down, you'll get this message which says all delete and change items selection criteria will be cleared. Do you want to continue? 99% of the time you're going to want to hit yes. If you hit no, what that does is it'll exit the program, but it'll leave your entries in, which you're just going to have to go back and clear anyway because they're going to be invalid entries. So if you click yes, then the program exits. So when we go back into the delete item change, you get your same warning message. You'll see that your selections are gone now. So like I said, I've run this previously, so I have a copy of my report that finished. So what I want to do is go into inventory inquiry here and now show you the results of for our changes. So the first line, we renumbered the very first item. So you can see we have the H252 is no longer there. It starts with H252LK. But here's our new item number, the H500 that we set to go to. Sorry, this data is older data. I had different numbers in there. My bad. So the next thing we looked at was we had the 24850 and the 2481550 going to 2481100, which is this guy right here. You can see the other two are gone and combined. Then in the final instance, we had the 8971, 8972, and 8973 individually, and now we should only have the 8973 right here. So in this instance, it's merged all three items into the one existing item. And if you select them, you'll see all their transactions and everything will be combined into inventory inquiry or inventory maintenance, just like the individual items. They're all just moved together on the merge files or on the renumber files. They're all just moved over to the new item number. So in passing, so that's pretty much the utility, the way it works. A suggestion though is if you're doing a large amount of like item renumbers, if you reach out to us at DWD, we can help with this data entry process. Especially we have ways to import the data into this table and then run it for you, because instead of you sitting there and typing hundreds and hundreds of items, which we've had in the past from some users, clients have decided to totally renumber their inventory. So feel free to reach out to us at DWD Technology Group, and I hope this was very informative, and have a good day. Thank you.